This show is clean.
California.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Effizode 754. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley, plus it's the finale of my intimate interview with Claire George of the San Francisco band, the Tropics. And what? How I Met Your Mother had a different ending? Mike's Daily Podcast. We'll find out about that, and there is something that I find upsetting. Mike's Daily Podcast that I will tell you about very soon. But the brewmaster on yesterday's show took me on a tour of death. No, not really. Ho, ho, ho. I think that I should tell you right now that I am a good tour guide. And my real middle name is Cow. Yes, it's Michael Cow Matthews. That sucks. Mike's Daily Podcast. No, it's not. What shall I believe, Mike, as I listen to this show? I don't know. Hey, that's Mike's the song Daily on yesterday's show podcast that the Tropics did, Sons and Daughters. Yeah! Didn't that seriously kick? Oh my God! The best song ever. Let's talk with a Midwestern accent for the rest of the show. Just kidding. Look who else just walking in. Hello, Madame Masters. This is Madame Rootabega, and I went on a brewmaster tour. How was it? It was very scary. A couple of times he attacked me with a knife. Oh, what did you do? I punched him like this. I've been pulverized. Well, that's good. You know, you should be able to defend yourself. Absolutely. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the party attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, why would the brewmaster try to attack Madame Rootabega with the knife today?
Yeah, that's not very nice. Do you know that? Yeah, it's not nice. And I think he was maybe off his medication. Or maybe he wasn't helping out his triglycerides at all. Maybe he was taking triglyceride medicine. You know, I'm talking a lot about triglycerides right now. In fact, it's in the cartoon for today's podcast picture, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. The brewmaster, you know, he does make his own root beer, and he puts some questionable substances into it to make the root beer, so that could have been it.
Okay, so like the Twinkie defense.
Yeah, it's like a Twinkie's defending him. Do you know that? Let's move on. You know, I have to say that here in the Bay Area, we have a large law enforcement, police department. We have all kinds of departments, and that's, you know, important because we do have some sketchy characters that live around here, but there's also a lot of people that don't deserve the hassle, myself included. To wit, earlier this year, I got a ticket because Basil the Boxer was off leash in an area that had a sign that said that dogs could be off leash. Yet I was given a ticket by two policemen, and when I tried to show that there was a sign that said dogs could be off, oh my gosh, I still can't believe. I know you're saying, Mike, let it go. But there was a sign right there that said dogs could be off leash. And then, and I even I brought pictures to the trial. And the judge even agreed with me, yes. And the policemen were like, no, there's no sign that says dogs could be off leash. And they argued with me when they were giving me the ticket. And then they were arguing with me in the courtroom, and the judge defended me. He said, no, officer, look, there's a sign right here. He took a picture of it. There it is. And they still got me because I put Basil on a leash when the policeman showed up. So that was an admission of guilt. I don't get it either. It's ridiculous. And I had to pay $300. And now I have to talk about it all the time on my podcast. And you guys love it when I do that, huh? Thank you, studio audience. And yes, I also got a ticket for some stupid lame thing when I soft stopped at a stop sign. But I mean, I really did stop. It was like, you know, you stop, almost stop, then you move on. But I mean, I've seen people just fly right through the stop sign. Yeah, I got a ticket. It made no sense. Not fair. And then there's something else going on here in Podcastro Valley. Actually, Palomares Canyon, there is a winery there that is just sort of a not really there. It's a little winery, and my ex-wife's uncle and aunt, they grow grapes, and they actually give the grapes to this winery, and they make wine. They just make wine at a very small level, and people come to this winery, drink the wine, and it's really not a business. It's more for education, they say. They have volunteers that serve the wine. And, I am completely against this whole, when you have a company and you have volunteering going on. I worked in radio. Well, I still work in radio, but when I first got into it, I had to intern, and I got paid nothing. So I was basically volunteering to try and get my foot in the door of the radio business. God knows why I did that, but it's done. It's did. And they never paid me. Maybe gave me a couple CDs. I guess the CDs, if I could eat them, they would have kept me alive. But there is a lot of that in show business, free internships, people making nothing, yet they're getting their foot in the door, they're paying their dues, and I am against that. I think that is wrong. If you are, you should never volunteer for any sort of company that makes a profit off of you. That's wrong. And I say that to all you radio stations, especially in the Bay Area, that are taking advantage of these young people trying to break into the biz. You're horrible and disgusting and despicable. The station that I work at part-time actually pays their interns, and they're not really interns. They do a job. They promote the station. So at any rate, saying all that, I still think it's wrong what happened next. Some regulatory company here in the Bay Area came down like a ton of bricks on this winery in Palomares Canyon and fined them $100,000. So now the winery is going to have to close up. Maybe that's good. Maybe they shouldn't have been having people volunteer to begin with. But what this company did that closed them down, they showed up while they were open and serving wine. They actually hassled the customers that were there. They walked in and intimidated the people that were there, that knew what kind of winery this was, that knew what kind of place this was, that knew it was a small operation. This local agency, some kind of health thing, I don't know, I don't remember, but this is all in the local paper, the Castro Valley Forum. They came in and they harassed the customers, and I just think that's so wrong. That's so just bullying. It's what those policemen, when I was walking Basel, did to me when they gave me the ticket, and when I had to defend it in the court, they were intimidating and trying to harass me. It's wrong. These agencies should be spending time going after the people that are really guilty, not picking on us poor people that wouldn't hurt a fly.
You're absolutely right, Michael Master. In fact, they should arrest the brewmaster since he would kill a fly with a knife.
Yeah, okay, maybe him, for sure. But the rest of us that are not hurting anybody, what the hell?
Mike, these are actually very libertarian values day. That's why you should become part of the Tea Party Day.
Yeah, we're Tea Partyers. We don't believe in people putting us down, and small government is what we believe in. Do you know that?
Good God. All right, well, this is something else you may believe in, or not. How I Met Your Mother. The show is over. It's done, of course. But what the heck? The ending, a lot of people did not like. And, what was it? Today, they released a alternative ending. This was actually going to be the ending to the show, but at the last minute, things got changed. And you can't watch this ending, I guess. It used to be up on Vimeo, but it got taken down. And there are some fans, however, that captured it and put it up on YouTube. So if you do a search, you still might be able to find it. But the ending was scheduled to be released on September 23rd as a bonus feature on the complete series DVD box set for How I Met Your Mother. In April, when it ended, co-creator Carter Bays revealed that the writers had grappled with the decision to choose between the two alternative endings for the long-running series after 9 seasons cataloging Ted Mosby's hopeless travails in love. The series finale of How I Met Your Mother drew in 13 million viewers in the U.S. Many fans were outraged when spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the ending of How I Met Your Mother yet, well, then you probably don't even care anyway. But it revealed that the show's mom, Tracy McConnell, played by Kristen Milioti, had passed away, and that Ted, played by Josh Radnor, reconnected with the love of his life, Robin Scherbatsky, played by Colby Smulders. And it is also revealed that Robin's marriage to Barney Stinson, Neil Patrick Harris, which provides the story arc for most of the final season, ended in divorce after 3 years. After the finale aired in March, fans lambasted the show's creators on social media for their decision, and some even created their own alternate endings. The official alternate ending, which is actually narrated by Bob Saget. And if you saw the real ending, or the ending that was aired on television, there was no Bob Saget narration at all. And that was for the obvious purpose of making sure that when we did see Josh Radnor, the character of Ted, in his adult years, when he was telling the story all along, he obviously does not sound, or thank God look, at all like Bob Saget. So they had to make it sound like he was telling the story to begin with, even though when you meet Josh Radnor and you imagine how he's going to sound at Bob Saget's age, you know he will not sound anything like Bob Saget. Anyway, that's a little technicality. I'm sorry, I watched the show too much. I'm a little bit obsessed. But the official alternate ending, narrated by Bob Saget, offers no new footage. If you saw the ending of the actual How I Met Your Mother, you will actually not be surprised. It does, however, use what was shot to create an ending. You basically don't see when Ted reunites with Robin when they are old later. It ends with that scene where Ted and Tracy are talking on the train platform and she's holding the yellow umbrella. I liked the original ending. I thought it was interesting. There were a lot of twists and turns. It moved really quickly. They're jumping through time. It was pretty cool. I did not have any problems with it. Maybe I'm in the minority. I also, in my who gives a shit about what I think reviews, say that the new Doctor Who sucks.
Mike's absolutely useless review.
It moves too slow for me. I can't wean myself off of the fast-paced David Tennant, Matt Smith years. It was so slow. I've only seen the first episode. And that's the other thing I can't stand is I can't watch the show anywhere. I have to watch it on stupid BBC America, and I don't like watching Doctor Who with commercials. That annoys me. And nobody's putting it up illegally anywhere on YouTube or Dailymotion or anywhere. I'm really upset. I guess I need to get BitTorrent, but I have my standards.
Michael Matthews, since the Brewmaster is such a shady character, maybe he'll download it for you. Oh!
Man, the Brewmaster has not been able to defend himself. Oh, look, he just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I'm the Brewmaster. I make the oat beer. Sorry, Madame Rootabega. I didn't mean to try and stab you yesterday. Oh, boy.
That's okay. It was just a simple misunderstanding.
It was a pop knife anyway. I thought we were filming a horror movie. Basil the Boxer was the director. You know, I think I would have been a good director. You should have picked me, Brewmaster.
Yeah, we're excellent directors. We're kind of like the Coen brothers, but we're not as smart. Do you know that?
Stop filming horror movies at the last place on Earth, please. We may get a ticket for that, too. Ha ha ha. What do you think about How I Met Your Mother and about stupid rules that they enforce here in the Bay Area? Email me, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Oh, yeah, what do you think of the new Doctor Who, too? Please, let me know. We read your emails there on emails from email. And you know what? Also, you can email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show, if you'd like to sponsor the show, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. And check out the website, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. We got great links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes, and you can comment and rate the show. That helps our ranking and more people find out about us if you do that. There's also links to where to find us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page, and when I post a new show, share that with your friends. More people find out about us that way, too. There's also links to where to find us on Twitter, Tumblr, Yelp, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Oh, you can also help out the show